Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the M4J network here on OpenTTD. I nearly forgot the name of the game then. It's been a while. So last time out, we redirected the rapid transit to the new terminus here at St. John. You might remember the original station was actually built more this way, to the south of where it currently is. So we moved the terminus. I might move it a little bit more. I'd like to get it as close to the mainline station as possible, but I don't think that's actually much... can't speak. I don't think that's actually doable. I think that's about as close as we can get it where it is now. Something else I will build, in fact, is a road that will go across here, under the tracks here. And I'll do that now so I don't forget. Because the HLR is actually a key part of last episode. It's not a key part of today's episode. Today we're going to be focusing on the rapid transit again, but the HLR is a part of how the rapid transit has now evolved. So if I build that underneath like that, build it to there like that, make sure that that's connected like so. I can't see this being a very heavily used HLR station, but you know, I'm fine with that. It's not much of an issue. So I need to go Transrapid. There we go. So we built all this. And originally I had the HLR line. It does still connect up at this end to the east. Cement Cross is now a 4-platform station. It's a bit like Poplar, but not quite in terms of the design. Poplar on the DLR, that is. Docklands Light Railway. I get told off for using DLR. I must say Docklands Light Railway because not everyone apparently knows how to look up abbreviations. So yeah, there's a new branch now. So if you come from Renston, which is over here, you will then follow the line all the way through like this as normal, through all of these, and then when you get to Cement Cross, you'll either divert and go via Lavity Heights or via Brendington. I mean, that says north, but I might change that to east. And then the original platform was here, and it was connected to Indigo Junction. I've actually moved the station to this side of the tracks and linked it up with Echo Junction, which is this station here. They are two separate stations. That's always key to remember, although they are both on the overground network and will remain so. You then come through here. I might add another station here, in fact. I did have one. I took it out. I can't remember why. But I think I might build one back. That's quite a good place to have a station. And then there's another one here. And then there's GSJ. And then here it comes along a bridge here. Dives underground here. We did impede upon the lake a little bit in order to build this underwater tunnel. But I think overall, once all the houses and everything grow back. Is that right? I don't think grow is the right word to use. Once the houses are built along these roads, I think it'll look a lot nicer. But yeah, it comes under the water here, round this way to Guard Lake Sidings. Again, I'll rename that. Round this way through this little cutting here as well to Guard Lake itself, which then tunnels underneath nicely here to connect up with the other two branches here at West Bank. And again, West Bank is now a much bigger station than it used to be. I am still tempted to move these platforms over slightly. Maybe extend this tunnel over by one tile so I can actually build a road along the back here, just so that that entrance doesn't look like it just makes you fall onto the tracks there, because that looks a bit stupid. And then we tunnel under the river here. St. Michael Petrol Station, again that'll be renamed St. Michael, and then it comes down this way, and then here is where it becomes different to what was built in last episode. So last episode the line went straight across this way and then connected up with this line in this direction. So you would go from Renston to Slenston. And I thought, actually, that doesn't really make much sense in the grand scheme of things. Because yes, you've got things like the Northern Line in London where it splits and rejoins and you can go from north to south one of two ways. But here I wanted there to be a slightly different connection. So all of this was demolished. The line was redirected this way via all news stations. As you can see, these haven't been renamed either. Via Genford South, Genford Central, or HLR as I've called it, Genford North, and then you can see where I've built the new line across here. And then it terminated at a new set of platforms here at GSE. And I thought that would be the end of it. But then I had another brainwave, and I thought actually it would make even more sense if I then had another little connecting junction here, so that you come down this way to the west and then turn south. And the idea from this is you can now get a train from GSE over here, and you would follow the line all the way down this way, and then along to the west here, and then south this way, along all of this bit, like so, across all the bridges here, blah de blah blah blah, and then we get to this junction here, and this is where I need to add these in, because instead of going up this way into the center of Guard City, the new branch will actually come down this way through Shoreham Junction, Shoreham Central, all of these places, and actually terminate over at Kenville Airport up here. Or the line will actually start, I think, here at Kenville and head down to GSE. That's the plan, and it's another way of bypassing going through the center of Guard City. It's a much longer route, and I can't see passengers getting on at Kenville to go to GSE and staying on this train for the duration, because as you can see, it really does bypass a lot of the main part of the city. Yeah, in fact, it bypasses all of the main part of the city. But yeah, the HLR is growing, and we will have more branches built as time goes by. And it's nice to see that GSE is now part of not just the Metro network, but also the HLR network. And a couple of the other stations, I do want to build some HLR platforms here at GSP as well, because originally Transrapid never actually connected GSJ to GSP, but the boat does. And I think the boat is quite a slow way of doing it. I mean, I suppose it depends on the route, to be honest. But I might add another HLR branch. So here, for example, where it comes up here, I might have it come off here and then go round this and then through GSP and then down this way. And maybe even run alongside the overground little bit here. Something like that. Where are you trying to go? That train is most definitely lost. Not good. Oh well. So yeah, that's a quick recap and a quick summary of what I wanted to talk about at the start of this episode. The Transrapid line has now been redirected. All of the trains pretty much were sent to these two depots and gotten rid of, or sent up to the other depot, which I'm going to travel up to now, because it's all the way over here. Long way away. Are you stuck there? Yes, you are. Are there any more trains? That was not what I wanted to do. You. Yes. Send to depot. Okay. Where are all of these ones? You're all stopped. You're going to depot. You're going to depot. Can you not go to depot? Where are you? Oh, I know where you are. Yeah. So you're on this bit of the line. Where it comes down here, and then it does this really weird curve thing here. This is the Great Eastern Main Line. In fact, here is Henning Hall Junction, which is now being rebuilt. In fact, that was ages ago I rebuilt that. Wow. Talk about a blast from the past. And then follow the line back up this way. I'm sure, off camera, I built a little connecting thing. Oh, maybe I removed it. Yeah, I must have done. Like that. Now you can go to depot. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to wait for all these trains to come back to depot. And then we're going to completely demolish. This station I'm going to leave. And as well as with all these departure tracks I'm going to leave. I'll downgrade these bridges. Maybe to this style. And not the tied arch, because I think that's a bit too elaborate for this. But I'm going to convert this into a normal type of railway, maybe even non-electrified, and have this as another branch of... I'm trying to find the line. In fact, it's over here, isn't it? Yeah. So I might have to do a little bit of rebuilding. This is the main line that goes up to Gronwell. And then this is obviously the high-speed line that goes off to Gronwell. There's a bit of a gap between them. But we can have this as another sort of terminus station connecting to the high-speed lines. And then I'm going to rebuild all of this. So all of this track here is going to be removed. And right up to here. pretty much is going to be removed, and then the track will be redirected to the south and connected up to Bar City. So it's from here, we're going to turn pretty much due south and head down, and then there'll be a new set of platforms built at probably this station here, Minningbury East it's currently called, but I'll be renaming it. Or I might... Actually, if those platforms there were on that side of the city, that would have made life so much easier. But we won't connect it to Bar City Central. I think that is too central in terms of where we're connecting all these up. I think it would actually make more sense to connect up to maybe even a station like this, and then from here you would catch a train into the centre of Bar City that way. We'll see about that. I'm not 100% sure. Might even do it to this station because it's quite a grand looking station. Not 100%. I'm also not keen on the fact that this doesn't have any through lines. I think it needs some through lines. But this is all going to be electrified, and we're actually going to have high-speed trains run through here on conventional tracks. So you can see here as well, we'll have high-speed trains run through there. And then there'll be a station somewhere up here maybe, where the high-speed line that runs from also... actually, would it be from there? It might even be from over here. We'll run this way and then join up and run into the centre of Bar City. Something like that. I'm not 100% decided yet. But we should actually get on with some building, because I've been talking for nearly 15 minutes and we've not actually started any building yet. So I'm going to start off by building the Transrapid platforms somewhere around this area of the city. So what I might actually do is demolish that and demolish all of this, like so. Now, do I build it below ground? I think I should, because then we can just tunnel out. So if I do something like that, could I lower that bit down as well? I can't. Yeah, because of all that. Let's see. If I do that, do that, do that. There we go. And then do this and do that. Right. So I'm going to build all this bit in the live build, and then I'm going to go into a time-lapse to build the actual track. So I, for this, want to build something kind of, actually maybe to that style, thinking about it, and that is, or I could build it underground like that, but I think that's too, it'll just be one big grey concrete square. I think island stations, and then build it like this. So you are going to go there. Oh, hang on. Make sure it's all part of the same structure. What are you? Minningbury East. Yeah. So you're going to go there like that. And then you're going to go there like that. Although if I put the buffer stops in... That's floating one. Is that what I want? No, not quite. That's the one. That's the one I want. And then that one... No, not that one. That one? No. I don't know why the images have disappeared. That's the one. Okay, cool. I'm not sure why the images have disappeared. That's a bit weird. But yeah, you're going to be that type. You're going to be, let's say, that type. And then that type. That type. That type. That type. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... I guess just another one of these. I'll do that one. That type. And then the other side is just going to be this type. Like that. And then buffer stops. Sorry if I'm umming and ahhing a lot. It's just me trying to think how to build this. Alright, single-sided platforms. I think actually for some of this, I could probably do with that. Like there. Just so there's a gap between the platforms. And then here we'll just build that, that, and then where the gap is, we'll just do something like a schedule. Yeah, not bad. I've seen worse. Alright, if I dig all this out, fill that bit back in. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Signal, 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 signal. Across like that, and across like that, and then this side it's going to be like that, and like that. All of these going to be across like so. You're going to go like that and like that. We'll do that one like that, and then over here, yeah, same again pretty much. Like that. Alright, now we've got a bit of a problem because of how this town's been built. So I'm going to have to do a 6 tile long tunnel. So was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hang on, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there? That should be a 7 long tunnel. 1 second. Now it's a 6 long tunnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Yeah, and this is going to be a little bit trickier because I'm going to have to build it on a diagonal. Kind of like this. And that's so that there is enough room to get it across here, and then we can have some slightly longer tunnels as the Transrapid line starts to leave Bar City. It's not like the high speed where we can have a junction outside the main city somewhere and have it all connect up there. For this one, you kind of got to have it all run into the main city, because we can't run Transrapid on conventional tracks. Like, you can't join this to this, for example. Whereas on the high-speed line, we obviously can do that. Right, so this is going to be the next tunnel. Second from the left, I believe it is always of that type. And then that goes across like that. You can go like that as well, I suppose. And sure, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that and that. And then here, you can go across like that. And like that. And then you can go there. And I guess we could have one there as well. Maybe. I think that might be all we need. Maybe one there. Just like that. And then this can be the second set of tunnels, which will be slightly longer than the first lot, obviously. We'll dig that down. It's got to go down one more. And that road is in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here we can have another set of, actually if I move this back one, do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have another set of junctions here, and then you go into the final big tunnel. Like that. Alright, is that going to be enough? I'm not sure if that's going to be enough actually. I might do like I did with the high speed actually. If I had to get rid of that a second, if I get rid of that. I know I'm demolishing a lot. I never actually made that rule in this series about demolishing a lot. I'm not too fussed myself. Because it all grows back. That's the thing. It does all grow back. It's not like it's gone forever. Okay, so imagine that is the one-way tunnel. That one, that one, that one. And then under here, you run like that. And you run across like that. And then over here, we have all these connect up. Except not like that. And not like that. Yeah, I need to move this over still. More demolition. Apologies to those who are currently crying about how much I've demolished. It's for the greater good. Right. Oh boy. There we go. So now I can move all of these over. You can go to there, and then on this side, whoops, you can go to there and there, and then it's from this tile over to that tile, and from that tile over to that tile, and then you can be these viaducts like so, and then what is it? You could come out like that. Actually, I think here it works best if it goes that way to go over the top. And then here, if it also goes like that, which means these ones can go like that and like that. Or maybe like that and like that. I think that works quite well. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's that junction all built. I might put another one like that. And on this side, I think maybe this way. Actually, maybe that way. Like that, and then we can have another long tunnel. Which would come out over here somewhere. Demolish that. Okay, we'll build that back up like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is going to be the final set of junctions, and then we're going to have all the waypoints out here as well. So again, this is going to be a similar design to what we've got over here, but only half of the junction, I suppose, will exist. So it'll be like that and like that. These will come over the top like this and like this. You will go under like that. You will go under like that. And then there and there will cut back in like this. And then all of that will go out like that. Okay. So this side, I suppose you can go like that. And this one, I think will also go like that. And then over here, we'll have that. So again, second from the left. And there we go. Right. Now the fun bit, because we actually go into the time-lapse now, and we're actually going to do this. All of this. Let me lift this up like so. So there might be some underwater tunnels, like over here for example. There might be a long underwater tunnel. And then it is pretty much a straight shot north, isn't it, from here? So we got to connect it up there, and we're currently here. So yeah, it's pretty much a straight shot north from here. I suppose I can also do that, and I could do that. Alright, let's let the music take over then. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We're getting there. You know, we're jumping straight back into big builds from the get-go, which I think is a good way of getting back into the series. But I'm very eager on hearing what you guys think. I didn't have any conversation topics for this episode either, but there will be some for next episode, mainly because this episode was supposed to be an add-on to last episode, but last episode is already quite long, because I spent more time on the HLR than perhaps I should have. Therefore, this episode's been split into two. But yeah, if there's anything you want me to talk about, if there's anything you would like me to see me build for future episodes, feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. Also, go check out the name suggestions. It should be live by the time this video is uploaded. If it's not, please do remind me in the comments, and I'll get that up and running again. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the time-lapse, enjoy the music, and until next time, I will see you soon. Hey guys, it's me again. There will be some music playing throughout this video, in fact, just to make things a little bit nicer throughout the video, but I just wanted to have a little chat with you about the channel. And this is actually a follow-on to something that I mentioned. Excuse me, just blowing some stuff off my phone screen. This is a follow-on to some stuff that I mentioned on my Cities of Motion series, the episode that went up on Monday. And it basically goes a bit like this. This channel is at a stage now where I've been doing it for 5.5 years, which is a long time for someone to devote to something like this. It's a fifth of my life I've spent on this channel trying to make it successful. And a big event happened in my life this year, which was me graduating from university. I don't think I've mentioned it in this series actually, because at the time, yeah, let me backtrack a little bit. So you're watching this episode in November if you're watching it when it was first uploaded. However, all of these episodes, at least the first 5 of them, were recorded back in August. And at the time, I was just working on the network, prepping it for maybe a new series. At the time, there was no plans of ever bringing OpenTTD back. But I was just doing some stuff in the background just in case. And eventually I sort of hit a eureka moment and started making videos on it again. Again, with not really with the intention of ever uploading them. Just to keep myself busy, I suppose. So, back when most of these episodes were recorded, so the audio that you just heard was recorded back in August, I hadn't yet graduated from university. But as you're watching this now, I have graduated from university. I graduated with a upper second class honours, which is also known as a 2-1. I was not that far off getting a first, but I'll take what I got, to be honest. I was at the stage where I was just happy to get out of uni. I'd been there 6 years, pretty much. I'd been there longer than some of the staff. That's how bad it had gone. So yeah, I was working in the background making these videos. But because I've now graduated, I now need to get this thing that people call a job. And I would like my job, or at least part of my job, to involve content creation, because it's something that I have done for 5.5 years as a hobby and thoroughly enjoyed it, and with very little success, if I'm perfectly honest. And no one's a bigger critic of my channel than I am, believe me. People have tried, and I do challenge people on it from time to time, but ultimately I know where my channel is in terms of where it should be, where I'd like it to be, and where it could be. So my rant on Monday was about audience interaction and audience participation, and essentially it was along the lines of, it takes 30 seconds to hit the like button. And I mean, that is if you trip and fall on the way to finding the like button. You know, I'm starting to do it more often myself now. If I watch a video on YouTube that I really like, I am now making a conscious effort to actually hit the like button, because it does make a massive difference. People don't seem to realize, if you're just a viewer, if you've never made a YouTube video and never uploaded it to YouTube, never had to deal with the algorithms, you don't realise just how much of a difference that actually makes. But trust me, 10 likes is the difference between my video appearing first on a list or 101st on a list. And the point I was making in my Cities in Motion series was that series is always on a 10 episode probation. And if after 10 episodes the series hasn't improved in terms of viewership, like count, sub count, it gets cancelled. The reason it gets cancelled is because I do now have to start looking at what works and what doesn't, and finding what works and running with it, and finding what doesn't work and replacing it with something that could potentially work. So it's the same for this channel. 10 episode probation period. We are currently on episode 3, so there's plenty of time still in this series. And I'll talk more about the positives in just a second. I'll do the positives last this time, because I normally do the negatives last, and it kind of leaves everything on a dampener. So I'll try and make sure I time it correctly so I can get the positives done as well. But in terms of the negatives, this series broke records in the first week. 257 views in 7 days it got, which is absolutely fantastic. And at the time of me talking to you now, it's on 339 views and 21 likes. And that is, as I say, that's a new record, really. I'd like to hit 1,000 in the next few weeks, but we'll see about that. Now let's look at last week's episode, episode 2. So 257, episode 1 got. Episode 2, I'm recording this the night before it goes live, so 6 days, roughly. 90 views, 10 likes. The like count is actually still quite good, but the view count is significantly lower. It's a third of what it was for week 1. If I'm losing a third of my views every week, you can see where the problem will arise. So we need to do something about that. Now, I say we because we're not alone. I've been doing my bit. I promoted the channel and the series on Reddit. George De Silva has also promoted it on Reddit, and I really do appreciate that, because I think, to be honest, my post got out there, it got a fair few views, and the view count did take a significant increase from that. But when the second post went out from George a few hours later, the view count shot up even further. So it does make a difference, guys. You might not think it does. You might sit there and think, well, what difference can I make? But trust me, one person can make a massive difference in any aspect. So please, and this is it's a plea, and it's also a kind of an ultimatum. If you like this series and you want it to continue, then you have to do your bit. You can't just sit there and watch it and then not do anything else, because this series will not last long enough if that's the case. So if you actually like it, as in emotionally you like the video, then why not do the physical side of that and hit the like button, because it's the best way to tell a content creator that you're enjoying their work. Trust me, it's called the like button for a reason. If you don't like it, for whatever reason, there's a thumbs down button directly next to the thumbs up button. But if you are going to hit that one, please, please, please have the decency to at least give some constructive criticism in the comments. Don't just hit the thumbs down button and then not say anything. How's a person meant to improve? Say you're at school and you're doing exams. How would you feel if you did your exams and then 2 months later you got your results back and it just said fail and it didn't tell you what you did wrong? How do you improve? How do you get better? How do you make it so that the next time you sit an exam you come back with a pass? It's like that. I like using analogies, and that's my best one for this. How would you like it if someone said they didn't like something you did and then didn't tell you what they didn't like about it? It would annoy you, right? Same on YouTube. If you don't like my videos, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to force you to like what I do, but say what you don't like about it, because chances are I can change it and then you might like it. You never know. So yeah, it's a bit preachy, I admit, but it has to be hammered home now, because there will come a day in the very near future where my time will be taken up by other things, like a job, for example, and life in general. And these videos might suffer as a result of that. But I want to be in a position where, I basically see it soon as I will have to make a decision. Do I continue doing my channel full time like I'm doing now, or do I put it on a back seat for a while and focus on a career? I'd like that decision to be made for me, ultimately by my channel being successful enough that that becomes my career, my vocation. But I can't do that on my own. I can't just sit here and say I'm going to be a YouTuber, because if no one's watching what you're doing, then you're not a YouTuber. You're just someone that uploads stuff to the internet and then no one watches it. It kind of be like publishing a book and then only putting it on one bookshelf and then no one reads it. That's kind of what YouTube is at the moment. You have to be noticed, you have to be spotted, and a big part of that is people have to share what you're doing. We still live in an age where word of mouth is the best way to spread news of something. So like I said, if you like the channel and you like the series, hit the like button. It's the best way to spread the word. But also, if you're on an online forum somewhere, or if you go on Reddit, which I highly recommend if you don't do already, and you meet some like-minded people and you're talking about YouTubers, things like that, it would be nice if my name was mentioned, you know? Not in an arrogant way, but it would be nice if you just went, hey, I found this really cool channel, you guys should check it out. I mean, you have to be careful saying things like that, because some promotion isn't allowed on certain forums, so please obey the rules. But it was the nicest thing to go on Reddit last week, because George didn't tell me he'd done it. I found it myself, and I was just on there looking at some other stuff, and I came across a post that someone had made, and it's the first time I've actually seen someone else promote my channel, and it was a massive ego boost? No, that's not what I meant to say. It was a massive motivation boost, and you know, okay, slight ego inflation, because you always want to have your name out there when you're doing stuff like this, but ultimately it was nice that someone else had taken the time to do something to help the channel. That's what it's all about. And I really appreciate George doing that. And if anyone else does it, you know, you can drop a comment and let me know, or you can do what George did and let me find out for myself. And trust me, I will thank you for it. It really did mean a lot. So that's kind of the outside promotion. Inside promotion, and this will come from me directly. If you like this series on my channel, why don't you go check out some of my other playlists? So for example, if you're new to the channel and you see that I play OpenTTD, I have another series of OpenTTD, which was actually the precursor to this one. So if you go on there, you can see how this network was originally built. You can also go and check out my Cities in Motion 2 series, either M4J Transport or Majeffries Plays Cities in Motion 2. Again, you can see, if you like my building style especially, you can see how my building style has evolved over the years. And I literally mean over the years, because a long time ago now, when I first started playing Transport Tycoon Deluxe, the original, not OpenTTD, my building style was very different to what it is now. And the first map that I played on OpenTTD in the Majeffries network, I used that old building style. Whereas now, I focus very much on realism, and actually building a network that could run in the real world. And you can see that. You can see the evolution. You can see the change as it occurs. I think that's pretty cool to actually see someone's thought process as they're going along. And one of the things I do in this series is I premiere the videos on my YouTube channel, and I actually sit in the chat with people, we talk about it, and I explain a little bit more about what my thinking was as I was doing this or as I was doing that. And you don't get that. Like, you don't go to, unless you buy a DVD with the director's commentary, you don't really know what they're thinking as they were making it. Whereas on YouTube, particularly if you do the Premiere service, you get that. You get to see the thought process that went into it, which I think is a really cool feature, by the way. So if you are around Thursday evenings at 8 PM UK time, I think it's 8 PM, I need to check that actually, 8 PM? There's another plug that I can do for that in a second. 7 PM, sorry, 7 PM, not 8 PM. This is going to be really weird tomorrow when I'm doing the premiere for this, and I'm basically promoting the premiere whilst in the premiere. That's going to be very meta. But yeah, you can take part in the chat, you can ask me questions, all that kind of thing. But the one thing I would like to see is people going and checking out my other series on my channel. For example, the M4J Racing series, which is me and my friends, Josh, Kurt, Alex, sometimes Alex's brother as well. And we do racing on Grand Theft Auto. 10 races a week. The winner gets bonus points, and the best bit about it is if you're watching in the chat, you can join too. Although I explain that more in each of those streams, so I won't explain it too much now. Nostalgia gamers, of which there are many, if you're watching this, I have just started a Spyro Reignited Trilogy playthrough, which is a game that I played. In fact, I said in that series, there were 2 games that I played as a kid that are on my channel now. One of them is Spyro, the other one is Transport Tycoon. So that's a nice tie-in. There's the nostalgia of this game, and then there's the nostalgia of Spyro as well. So I urge you to check that out. I'm also considering doing a playthrough of Fallout 76, So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can come and see me be really bad at FPS shooting and base building and all that kind of thing. I did have a game night, but that got cancelled. I won't dwell on that right now because I'm starting to get into the positive stuff. What else do I do? OpenTTD, that's this. What am I talking about? Minecraft, the Guard City project, which is an attempt to build a realistic city in Minecraft with I always get the word wrong, judicial system, an economy. Every building has a purpose. It's not just there to look good, it actually will serve a purpose. So a house will be someone's home. It won't just be a house made to look like a house and plonked on a street. It'll have real furniture, it'll have plumbing, it'll have electricity. The whole city is a living, breathing city. That's the idea of the Guard City project. I also have a train simulator series where I build my own custom route. I also have a train simulator and train sim world series where I play scenarios either created by myself or created by other people. There's lots to see on M4J Gaming. It's not just this one series. So please, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this video, even if you don't think it's the game for you, go check out the series anyway. If you go on my channel, there are so many games throughout the years that I hadn't even heard of originally. The reason I found them was because the main reason I found them is because of Quill 18. I used to watch his Railroad Tycoon series, and then I saw he played a game called RimWorld, and then I saw he played a game, trying to think what other games he played actually that I ended up buying. He did a Football Manager series quite recently as well, which I thought was mind-blowing. What other games did he play? Let me just look. Oh, Factorio. Duh. Which I do have a Factorio series, which I completely forgot to mention. The M4J Factory, which is in its 4th week, the week after when you're watching this. And also Squirrel. I found Space Engineers because of Squirrel. I actually found OpenTTD because I used to watch Master Hellish for his Minecraft content, and then I saw he was playing a game called OpenTTD. So I went on that thinking, what the hell's OpenTTD? Saw it was Transport Tycoon, and my childhood came flooding back to me. And I'm not saying that you will have that effect with my channel because it's different for everybody, but what I'm saying is give it a chance. If you like my content, if you like me as a content creator, then I strongly urge you to go check out other series on my channel, because there might be a game that I play that you didn't even know I played, and it might be a game that you've loved for years. It might be a game that you've never heard of but you suddenly like the look of. You never know. So check it out. Be inquisitive. Curiosity kills the cat, it doesn't kill the human. That's what you should take away from this. Be inquisitive, always challenge, always go and look for the new. And whilst you're there, head over to m4jmedia.com and subscribe to the YouTube calendar so you never miss an upload, because that's the last shameless self-plugging. That's the one where if a video gets cancelled for whatever reason, I will always tweet about it, but I will always put it on the calendar as well. So please do check out that calendar. It's not there for my health, it's there for your benefit. And likewise, actually, follow me on Twitter, because if I do cancel a video or a stream for whatever reason, or I'm not currently streaming, my streaming schedule is on ice for the time being, but were I to stream and for any reason it would be rescheduled or cancelled or postponed, I will tweet about it, and I'll tweet lots of things to do with the channel. If I do something on a game that I quite like, I'm going to start posting photos on Twitter. I might even set up a Flickr account or something like that as well, so that you can see what I'm up to. Because there is some stuff that I do off camera. In this series particularly, there's a lot of stuff that I've done off camera, which I haven't mentioned yet. In the next couple of episodes, I'm just looking at the episode plans, which you can also access through m4jmedia.com, by the way. Everything M4J related is available on that website. There's a Twitter feed, there's a YouTube playlist thing, which I still need to finish actually, and then all the interaction pages, so all the name suggestions, all the, in terms of this series, the service schedules, the route information, all of that is available on m4jmedia.com. Please do check it out. That website took a long time to create. It would be very lovely if people used it. Finally, and I say finally, I'm looking at the clock, I think I've got about 5 minutes left if I remember correctly. Finally, a huge thank you. Like I said, we broke records with episode 1 of this series, and we know how the last series ended. It ended under a cloud, and genuinely, because of that event, I didn't want to play OpenTTD anymore. It was only doing a little bit of tweaking here and there for my own personal enjoyment that I started making this series. So I don't want it to go that way again. I think those who were responsible have now been dealt with one way or another. There are people that can no longer watch my videos because of how they acted. There are people that can no longer comment on my videos because of how they acted. There are people who, at the time, we might have had a falling out, but things have since patched up. I won't dwell on that too much because it's in the past now. But I don't want this series to go the same way, and so far it certainly has not. It's gone completely the opposite direction. I knew people would be happy that OpenTTD was back. I didn't think there'd be 300 views happy with it being back. But, and this is my new catchphrase for the channel at the moment, you can watch a video as many times as you like to try and push up the view count, but one account can only like a video once. So I'm looking at the view count and I'm looking at the like count, and they have to correlate. So 339 views. I would estimate that one person might have watched the same video 12 times to try and bump up the view count, but you can only like it once. So 21 likes is good. 20 likes a video is about what I was expecting. My upper limit. My lower limit was a lot lower than that, but I won't tell you what that is in case you try and cheat the system. But I would like every video to have a certain number of likes after 7 days. The view count is great, but the like count is the one that I'm really looking for. And like I said, it's because you can only like a video once. So to get the like count up to a certain number, you either have to promote the channel, tell people about it, or set up loads of fake accounts. I'd rather you did the former than the latter, and I am certainly not condoning doing the latter. I think that's a very stupid thing to do, because when YouTube finds out, everyone's dealt with. And I really don't want that on my record. So please don't do that. But promote the channel, tell your friends, go on Reddit, share it, go on OpenTTD forums and share it. You'll see me on there as well. If you see me on Reddit, if you go on the OpenTTD Reddit and you see my post on there, I also have my own, I guess I have my own subreddit because I managed to post on there recently. You know, send a message, say hi. Or if you see me post on Reddit, comment on the post and say hi. I love talking about this game. I love talking about transport in general. And it's better than me talking to a blank screen like this and then you commenting on it 3 days later when you watch it. We can actually have a live conversation about it, which I think is a really good idea. So please, if you are one of those people that likes talking about this kind of thing, find me on Reddit. Say hi. I don't bite, honest. But yeah, please promote the channel. Please promote the channel. It really does mean a lot. Like I said, you know, George made a massive difference with his action, and I bet at the time he didn't think it was that big a deal. But trust me, it is. It's a massive deal. Because, like I said, I'm at that stage now where I have to start considering what am I going to do with this channel? Am I going to keep it going, or am I going to start winding it down and look elsewhere for work? I would like it to be an easy decision, but currently it is not. It's a very difficult decision, but it's one that will have to be made at some point. So, help me make the decision. You know, help me get this channel to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. YouTube will then acknowledge my existence once again, unless they've changed their policy, which I don't think they have, because I haven't received any notification of that. But you know, 1,000 subs, I get my monetization status back, and that is a big deal. Not because of the money, believe it or not, but because it. One of the things I hated about the monetization thing was, literally overnight, 20th of February, I went from existing to not existing in YouTube's eyes, and that's a big deal. And I know they put a blanket ban on loads of channels and there was loads of people affected, but it was a really personal thing of I worked so hard to get my channel to that stage, and then because of someone else's actions it got taken away. So let's work together to reverse that and get the channel back to where it once was. So, like I said, 1,000 subscribers by Christmas is a big, big deal and very much appreciated. And then, you know, next year, 2019, we can start looking at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Because once you hit that first number, the next milestone is very quickly gaining on you. And before long, I could be doing this full time. You know, I could be uploading an OpenTTD video once a day, which is the goal. All my videos I'd like to be able to upload once a day, but my flagship series, of which this will be one in the future, that's the goal. You know, daily uploads again, which is what I used to do and what people used to really enjoy. So with all that in mind, I know I've done a lot of talking. Add the intro onto this, I've been talking non-stop for 49 minutes, but I feel like stuff had to be said. So I'll do a quick recap. Thank you very much everybody for your support. The support needs to continue. Check out other series on the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's see if we can get all the series to a successful view count and like count and get to 1,000 subscribers. Until then though guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes, and also go check out the name suggestions list if you haven't done so already. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.